Mashle Magic and Muscles was an enjoyable anime, but Mashle Season 2, now that is a perfect concoction of the comedic action shonen formula with its lovable derpy cast of characters, and not using that typical anime humor of guy touches boob, girl punches guy kind of thing, but takes a step away from that into its own unique path. It has a mixture of pop culture, miscellaneous high quality details like the soundtrack that makes you want to headbang like you're at a rave. But what really makes Mashle stand apart from other comedy anime? What is that chemical X that Hajime Komoto added to create this hilarious ray of sunlight in the anime community? What makes Mashle so special? Mashle follows a boy named Mash Burndad who lives in a world that looks a lot like Harry Potter, but only if Dumbledore was a certain dictator that eradicated a certain subset of people who couldn't use magic, or anyone who helped that certain subset of people, which just so happened to be Mash's adoptive father Regro, who has been hiding deep in the woods just to prevent Mash's existence from getting out, but nothing can last forever. One day, the magic police find them. This would normally be a death sentence if Regro hadn't created the world's biggest Chad by forcing him to work out every day for self-defense. Mash got so strong that he swatted magic that was meant to kill a dragon. After striking fear in the hearts of the police, he strikes a deal. If he can enter the Magic Academy and become a divine visionary, then he can essentially change the rules for society for people like him. And thus began the journey of the resourceful Chad that couldn't use magic in the Magic Academy. Season 1 created a very fun watching experience as you see Mash attempt to navigate social settings without ever interacting with anyone other than his dad to this point in his life. This leads him to being naively tricked or straight up just short-circuiting sometimes because he doesn't know how to people. Also surrounding him with the extremely over-the-top character tropes like the loud and angry rival and the one-sided love interest. There's also no lack in creativity in how Mash can get out of any situation. He would punch things, fly on a broom by kicking his feet super fast, suplex people, turning his enemies' attacks into furniture, and did I mention punching people? It's kind of his thing. Kind of like how your thing's subscribing to my channel. But even with how entertaining season 1 was, it felt more like a slice of life and only strung a few episodes together at the end to tell a mini story that really only consisted of the characters taking on their own fights, which got a very appropriate average rating. But season 2 is obviously doing better, and it's even my favorite anime this season. So what makes it so different? What makes it so good? Well, that's stakes. Sorry about that. Stakes. Season 2 starts off with Mash's secret being exposed and he's sent to court, and the divine visionaries are literally there to execute him. But by saving the judge's life from a terrorist attack, he's granted a pardon if he can become a divine visionary in the upcoming tournament, facing off against the toughest students in all of the academy, while some students are there to support him and others are there to sabotage and even unalive him. But with these new circumstances, the story has been forcefully set into motion. It's no longer a slice of life because Mash is now fighting for his life. Every interaction or scenario that takes place, Mash has to participate in, and he has to come out the victor or he dies. But the story also doesn't lose itself. They still have the same derpy class and the absurd Mash solutions like breakdance spinning to create a tornado or running faster than the speed of sound. They have simply added another layer to Mashle, making it more emotional or giving it a problem to solve that makes someone more invested. And technically these stakes were present in season 1, they just weren't relevant in season 1 because no one knew about the stakes in the show besides Mash, Regro, and the police guy. They just fell into the obscure background. Therefore, the audience just kind of forgot about them, but once you bring these stakes to the forefront of the show again, the vibe completely changes from a funny, relaxed show to a more tense yet still funny show, which I have to give props because it isn't an easy thing to do. Even One Punch Man struggles with this idea. For example, when I'm watching this, there isn't a single fiber in my being saying this is funny. I'm just thinking this is fucking awesome. Even when he's punched the moon, I didn't crack a smile. I'm just slack-jawed, drooling out of my mouth, thinking how cool this fight was. But in some of Mash's biggest fights, he's holding back because he doesn't want to damage his cream puff or taking out his enemy's dolls by going bowling. They're incorporated in a way that feels so seamless that I don't even blink twice like it should be there, but it still registers that it's funny and it doesn't break the tension either. Mashle Magic and Muscles is constantly walking a tightrope, and if it would lean too far either way, the jokes wouldn't land or there would be no emotional draw to be invested in. And just to prove how hard this is, One Punch Man, the pinnacle of this type of storytelling, didn't even do this for me in season 1. I didn't watch season 2, please don't crucify me. But One Punch Man is constantly wobbling on the tightrope, being awesome or funny, and never really landing both at the same time like Mashle did. But go ahead and punch the subscribe button. Oh, I hated that. That was so cringe. Just subscribe if you enjoy and let me know what you thought about Mashle down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.